Welcome to AmA Media. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Thank you and much love.
So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and most of all enjoy. Much love.
During the witch trials of the Inquisition, the peak of which occurred in the 16th and 17th centuries, European demonologists debated whether shape-shifting could be conferred by the devil and his demons, or was merely a demonically inspired illusion. Some demonologists such as Jean Bodin and Joseph Glanville accepted shape-shifting, or metamorphosis, as fact. Most others, such as Henri Boguet, Nicolas Rmy, and Francesco Maria Guazzo, denounced it as fallacy. They cited the authoritative statements made in the early 5th century by St. Augustine and echoed in the 13th century by St. Thomas Aquinas. In 906 the Canon Episcopi, one of the most important ecclesiastical documents of the Middle Ages, was put forward. When it was made public by Regino of Prum, abbot of Treves, it was presented as an ancient authority dating back to the 4th century. Whatever its true origins, it was incorporated by Gratian into his Concordance of Discordant Canons around 1140 and became entrenched in the highest canonical law. The Malleus Maleficarum, the first leading inquisitor's guide, conformed to the canon's position. Such allusions, said the Dominican authors Heinrich Kramer and James Sprenger, were the result of God punishing some nation for sin. They cited verses from Leviticus 26, "If you do not obey my commandments, I will send the beasts of the field against you, who shall consume you and your flocks," and Deuteronomy 32, "I will also send the teeth of the beasts upon them." As to man-eating wolves, Kramer and Sprenger said they were not werewolves but true wolves possessed by demons. If a person thought himself turned into a wolf, it was the result of a witch's illusory spell. Most other witch-hunting guides followed suit. Meanwhile, those who believed in the reality of shape-shifting had to find ways around Augustine and the Canon Episcopi. Some demonologists, such as Remy and Guazzo, were inventive in their ways that the devil could create the illusions of shape-shifting while leaving behind physical evidence, such as the sympathetic wounds displayed by werewolves. Mather recounts a story of a woman who was imprisoned on suspicion of witchcraft, and claimed to be able to transform herself into a wolf. The magistrate promised not to have her executed, in case she would turn into a wolf before him. The witch rubbed her head, neck, and armpits with an ointment and fell into a deep sleep for 3 hours. She could not be roused by noises or blows. When she awakened, she claimed that she had turned into a wolf, gone a few miles away, and killed a sheep and a cow. The magistrate investigated and discovered that a sheep and cow in the location described by the witch had indeed been killed. It was evident that the devil did that mischief, and that the witch had merely experienced the dreams and delusions created by Satan. Nonetheless, most witchcraft trials depended on testimony involving shape-shifting. Witnesses claimed that accused witches had appeared before them or tormented them in some non-human shape. For example, in 1663, Jane Milburn of Newcastle, England, did not invite Dorothy strangers to her wedding supper. Consequently, Milburn alleged, strangers transformed herself into a cat and appeared with several other mysterious cats to plague Milburn. Witches confessed themselves to shape-shifting, often after being tortured. In 1649 John Palmer of St. Albans, England, confessed that he had metamorphosed into a toad in order to torment a young man with whom he had had a quarrel. As a toad, Palmer waited for the man in a road. The man kicked the toad. Palmer then complained about a sore shin, and bewitched his victim. Guazzo tells a similar story about a man who angered a barmaid. He refused to pay his full bill, knowing that she had doubled the amount he actually owed. He later came upon a huge and ugly toad, which his traveling companions sliced in the throat with a sword. The barmaid took to her bed with the same wound. Shape-shifting made it possible to gain easy entry into a household in order to cast an evil spell upon an unsuspecting person, and also to escape pursuit. In 1547 it was reported that a witch brought before inquisitors in Navarre, France, was able to smuggle along her magic ointment. She rubbed herself down and turned into a screen owl, and escaped certain death. Witches also confessed to shape-shifting in order to travel to their Sabbaths. The most common forms were he-goat, wolf, cat, dog, cow, hare, owl, and bat, achieved after the application of an ointment that put them into trance. Isabel Gaudy, a Scottish woman who voluntarily confessed to witchcraft in 1662, said she and her sister witches used incantations to transform themselves into hares, cats, crows, and other animals. Sometimes they were bitten by hunting dogs. As late as 1664, arguments in favor of actual shape-shifting were still being put forward. The English physician Dr. William Drake contended that spirits do indeed have the power to metamorphose bodies. Eventually, as the witch trials came to an end, such views gave way to the position that lycanthropy is a pathological condition and not a demonic or magical one.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. So till the next time, much love.